Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Box Office Receipts for Memorial Day weekend. I'm your host Tyler Callahan, and this week we are going over the Memorial Day weekend. For the weekend top 5, I will be going over the numbers for the 4-day weekend to include Monday, so let's start with that. In first place is the live-action remake of Aladdin, coming in with $116.8 million. In second place is John Wick Chapter 3 with $30.9 million, for a total now of $107.6 million. Avengers Endgame is in third place with $22 million for a total now of $803 million. In fourth place is Detective Pikachu with $17.2 million for a total now of $120 million. And lastly, in fifth place is Brightburn with $9.6 million. So I was mostly right. I went with Booksmart for fifth place instead of Brightburn, and I was off by just under $1 million. To go more into the weekend, congrats to Disney for breaking their Memorial Day curse. The curse included bombs and underperformers such as Tomorrowland, Alice Through the Looking Glass, and Pirates of the Caribbean 5. Aladdin was projected to do $70 to $80 million for the weekend, and it kept going up to 116. So now it is on track for a minimum $200 million, possibly even $250 million so far, depending on the legs. But this is definitely a nice rebound from Dumbo for Disney. Avengers Endgame has passed $800 million and will now end up as the only movie domestically to finish in the $800 million range. John Wick is also doing great, having now passed John Wick 2. Now let's head over to some international numbers. Aladdin is doing well with $121 million for a worldwide opening total of $233.7 million. John Wick 3 has made $74 million internationally for a worldwide total of $182 million and has passed John Wick 2's total in 10 days, which is great for the franchise. Detective Pikachu is at $236.8 million internationally for a worldwide total of $356 million. Avengers Endgame is at $2.68 billion and is $107 million away from beating Avatar. So what do we have for the last weekend in May? Well, we got Godzilla King of the Monsters, sequel to the Godzilla from 2014. You then have Rocketman, which is getting rave reviews. Could it possibly beat up Bohemian Rhapsody of this year? Lastly, we got a horror movie with Octavia Spencer called Ma. With some strong holdovers, this is going to be a tough weekend. But here are my predictions. In first place is Godzilla King of the Monsters. Second place, Aladdin. Third place, Rocketman. Fourth place, John Wick 3. Fifth place, Ma. So Godzilla is projecting 50 to 60 million, but it's getting mixed reviews, so I'm thinking the lower end of that. Then I assume with decent hold, Aladdin will be right behind it with I think around another $45-50 million. Rocketman, while getting great reviews, I feel will be more of a slow burn of a movie with good legs. So I'm thinking a 30 to 35 million opening. John Wick 3 will probably do around 15 million this weekend, with Ma right behind it with between 10 to 15 million. So that is it for this week's episode of Box Office Receipts. Who do you think will take first place this weekend? Let me know on Instagram at Tyler Callahan Media or on Twitter at Tyler Callahan 95. Thank you for listening and see you next week.